Hey everyone, I got some footage for you from Speed Week. This was the fifth day of racing in Speed Week, one of the two midweek races. You can see it's just a rectangle course on the bottom right, but I have to say Speed Week had a lot of courses that on paper looked just like a rectangle, but then when you got there, they were actually much more interesting than that. This one included. So it is fairly flat, and most of it is straightforward, but the last corner coming onto the home straight is very tight, which we'll see coming up. It goes from being on wide roads like this down to like one lane, probably, maybe two, I guess. And that was a major pinch point in both this race and in the pro race later. And there was always a huge acceleration there every lap. Even when the field seemed like it was staying together, there'd still be a big surge from the front coming out. So this is that fourth corner that I was just mentioning. Plenty of hay bales, and then it tightens up a lot. And so now we're coming down like this Main Street area in Walterboro, which was a pretty cool setting, especially for how small of a town it was. I was pretty impressed with this Criterium for being in a very small town and on a Wednesday night. Like, it's no Athens, but it was pretty impressive for a Wednesday night race, I must say. And so, all race, there was a bunch of attacks going. You kind of have an idea of what everybody else wants to do at this point since you've been racing with them for 5 days now. And most of the days there had been a lot of aggression, but the brake didn't usually stick. I say that, but it had stuck the night before. A two-person brake snuck away late, and so you still had to be vigilant about keeping an eye on these brakes. So you'll see earlier in the video, and now I've come to the front a couple times to go across gaps to things that I thought looked like they were maybe dangerous. And so that was kind of my MO all race. I think I launched like one attack, but otherwise I was just following. And I think the only one I launched was just because I came up the side with a lot of speed. So I decided, I had the momentum, so I might as well use it to keep the pace high on the field. But otherwise, I was just trying to make sure I could tack onto things that might be dangerous and save as much energy as I could for the final. My game plan going to the final was I wanted to go through the last two corners first, which we'll see didn't quite work out. So yeah, everything just coming back together again here. And somebody else is gonna, oh yeah, this guy right in front of me is gonna launch another one. And that was basically the MO for the whole race. Everybody launching. Also, a lot of respect for this dude on the front with the gold helmet riding the single speed all week. He was absolutely shredding on that. And so I think now I'm gonna skip ahead to the end of the race to like 2 laps to go to show you how the race played out at the end. So despite all these attacks all race, like this one, everything stayed together, and we were coming into what was looking like a group sprint, which group sprints I would say can be pretty hit or miss in the 2-3s. A lot of times there's nobody that wants to take out the pace, and they end up looking like a track sprint race where nobody wants to come through. But actually, thankfully, that was not the case on this one. So we just came through 2 to go. I'm a little bit further back than I wanted to be here, but also this course is not that hard to move up on, so I wasn't that worried about it. Also kind of expecting the super bunchy sprinting that we get in 2-3s, but over on the backside, this guy that you're going to see in the left up there in like the white top, he decides to light it up with a lap and a half to go here and just launch this like Superman move to the finish, which kind of left me way too far back, not where I wanted to be. And then I still thought I could at least make up a few spots, get into the top 5, but on this last corner coming to 1 to go, this one tight one, you'll see a guy a couple up. He like touches the fence with his handlebars or something, and the 3 of us there all had to grab brake, and we get to do this massive acceleration to get back up to speed. And think you'll see when we can see around this guy in front of me, it's like starting to let gaps open, and this is not where we want to be. And so I end up, instead of getting to sprint, I got to just close down gaps on the last lap, which was a bummer. I was feeling really good about this race. I'd gotten fourth in the Cat 2-3 race the day before, so was feeling like I was figuring out what to do at the end of a race to, get a result rather than my usual just rolling in like 10th place. But it didn't quite work out on this occasion. But that was kind of the cool thing about Speed Week. You got to try a lot of different things because there were 7 races in 10 days, and most of the days I was doing the Cat 2-3 race and the Pro race, so I ended up doing 12 races in 10 days. So you got to try a lot of different stuff, figure out what works, what doesn't work at the end of the races. And so hopefully I should have a bunch more videos in the coming weeks of other events during Speed Week. So thanks for watching.